All right. Welcome to Make Hoag Money, the time that you guys get to tell me what to do. I love this. This is the CFTC disclaimer. Read it, know it, love it. It's risky to trade futures. We should only use money we can afford to risk or other people's money. It's why I love Topstep. Simulated performance results have certain limitations, and I think the main one is no rules, no consequences, and the like. We're not promising to make money today. This is educational only. We are trading a live account. We're going to be trading micros to begin, and looking forward to it. We had some good success in sim. We made about 4,500 trading minis. We're going to see if we can't do the same thing trading futures. The rules: kindness and respect above everything. There's always differences of opinion in these markets. It's what makes them so good. You can have a couple people enabled to talk. Everybody's going to be involved in the decision-making process. And of course, when you're thinking about taking trades, context is helpful. Time frames of your charts and the reward and risk we're looking for on the trades. Use the chat room to discuss trades. We're going to use the polling system on Zoom to vote. We're going to focus on the E-mini S&Ps for opportunities just for now. We're not going to trade just to trade, of course. We're not allowed to take losing trades, which is, of course, a joke. Losses are a big part of trading. We all have to get our heads wrapped around it and accept it. And of course, feedback on Make Hoag Money is vital. Now, I mentioned we're going to be taking this onto YouTube as well. We're still going to be doing the meetings in Zoom. We're just going to broadcast it on YouTube. Anybody on YouTube will not have the ability to vote, but maybe they'll want to join us in the the Zoom meeting so that they will be able to vote. We're going to see how this goes. Here's the S&Ps. I've got Travis, his hand up. I got DJI, his hand up, whoever DJI is. And I got my brother with his hand up. He probably just wants to razz me. Good morning, everybody. Let me know you can hear and see everything. We've got JD here today to answer any questions in the chat that I might miss. Thanks, JD, for being here. JD may peel off at some point today if the chat isn't too rowdy and attend to other things, but I appreciate that John is here. What else we got here? We got DJ. Thought I had made a panelist out of you. First question is always looking at the 30-minute chart in the micros. We are looking like we're opening lower now. Do we want to do the opening range trade? We're in the upper end of value, pretty close to settlement, pretty close. Point of control is all the way down here from yesterday. Do we want to take the opening range trade if it is 5 points or less? Gentlemen, what's going on? How's it going?
Hey, good morning, Hoag.
Good morning, Travis. How are you?
I'm embracing the experience as always.
Yes. Yes, we have to embrace the experience, whatever it is.
That's right.
What's on your mind?
Well, I'm looking long today. Had 41.50 as a pretty tight support overnight. I have a great entry would be closer to 38, the 38 area. If we can get down there, I think that would be a great long to take.
So up along these highs here, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think we're gonna try to march toward 4,200, although I don't know that we'll get that far. I have a level at just above 80, between 80 and 85. Might be some significant resistance, so we might be in a fairly tight range today.
And I think I know where that comes from. This consolidation here, yep, right?
Exactly.
The high end of this.
Exactly.
Got it. Well, I'm in concurrence with you. Let's let the market open here, and maybe we'll get a opening range long.
That would be good if the opening range trade does wind up being short. Then I'll look for that to hopefully get to my 38 area and then take the long there, and that's where I would definitely take profits on the
So
opening range
nothing
trade
we
if
want
it's
to
down.
fall in love with is what you're saying, right?
That's exactly right.
All right. Rick, how are you?
There we go.
Hey, what's going on? You couldn't find your microphone this morning?
No, I gotta hit all eight in order to speak. Yeah, I like to buy dips also, but if there's a trend line going back all the way back to January coming across on the NASDAQ, which has had like a 21% pop versus
Yeah.
the S&Ps at about 18%. No, 14%.
Yeah,
So
the
there's about a-
NASDAQ has really been presenting as much stronger, hasn't it?
Yes, I think that's because of the tech side, but there's a trend line going back to January that has about 5 or 6 touches on it, and NASDAQ's like right there. So 41, 4,200 area in the I'm sorry, 13.5, 13.4 area in the NASDAQ. That's when you're against that trend line. Euros, S&Ps probably looking 41, 4,200 area for tops, but I would look to buy breaks.
All righty. All right. Well, so
Hoag, Colleen was asking if there's rules or guidelines for when to take the opening range trade.
yes, Colleen, the opening range trade, as I look at it, is when we get to 8:30, we're going to watch a 1-minute chart. And as soon as that first bar ends, if it's less than 5 points, that is, and that's just a rule here. If it will put a stop in to get long above, we'll put a stop in to get short 1 tick below the opening range. Okay, so then we know what our risk is already. And like in crude oil yesterday, we had I don't want to put that up here. We had the opening range end up being the high of the session, and there was a $6 move that followed after the opening range broke to the downside. So the opening range was, if I remember right, it was around 30 ticks yesterday. So we had 35 ticks of risk for 600 ticks of potential profit. So the opening range is really just to tell us, are there buyers or sellers in control very early in the session? It may not work. It may work. If it's small enough, I like it because it limits risk and it can put you in a really good position throughout the day. Now, as everybody's been discussing this morning, Colleen, the guidelines are loosely this. We are opening in range and in value. So that tells me that I may not want to think about doing the opening range trade because we're kind of in value. But yesterday we had an imbalanced day. So is the value area today really representing balance or continuation of a move to the upside? So typically I'm probably not going to be doing the opening range trade when we open in range and in value, but yesterday was not a value. It wasn't a balanced day. It was an imbalanced day. So we're opening after an excuse me. So we're opening in range and in value of an imbalanced day. What, if any, indicators do you use to listen to the market during the opening range? I just look at it. If it's reasonable and I believe there may be an opportunity or continuation, then I'll take it. Generally speaking, yesterday the opening range was in range and in value on a more of a balanced day here. We didn't have, we opened, the opening range trade didn't work. I hate to use the word work on this day either, even though we opened outside of range and outside of value. So the opening range is funny. Let's watch this here. The opening range is kind of funny. There's a lot of folks that watch it. There's a lot of short time frame retail traders that know about it. When they are active often in the opening range trade, it lowers the probability of success. when they abandon the opening range trade because it hasn't been in air quotes working, then it tends to be a little bit of a higher probability trade. Does that make sense? The more people that do it, the less likely it's going to succeed as we want it to. So we got 54, we got 2.5, 2 3/4 ticks in this opening range right now. And we are just about done with it. So for 56.75, 57 and 53.75. So now we're set. If it breaks out above, we're gonna get long. If it breaks out below, we're gonna get short. And this is our risk. Now, if we take if we get filled below, I'll usually move my stop a few ticks outside the opening range, because sometimes the algos and the HFTs, okay, so now we're short. The algos and the HFTs will go up and know that there's a bunch of stops just outside the opening range, and they'll go get them. So now we're short 41.53.75. We've got our stop in. Travis and Rick, what was our target? What were you looking for at the bottom here?
I wanted 41.38 was my ultimate level to go long.
41.38. So we're going 41.39 just to start here. All right, now we're going to go back to the 30-minute chart, because we know that the opening range is now the high of the session. We know what our risk is. And we're risking basically 4.25 points. And we're looking at a potential profit that is far greater than the risk we have to take to get in that. Let's get back to that. Micros. There it is. So now we can see our profit target.
NASDAQ doesn't want to break.
Well, and that's all right.
It's rallying now, coming up.
So if that's the case, do we
Go to the daily again.
because we're looking at wanting to be long, if we take out the high of the opening range, do we time stop along?
NASDAQ just won't stop.
Let's see if we do break, if our stop gets taken out on our short here. I mean, the best entry, like I said, 41.50 right here has been support overnight. So this is a better entry long if we're going to go long.
Okay, internals modestly bullish. Let's ask, do we want to fish or cut bait? In other words, we can try the long here. We do, we've got a small profit here already. Choice 1 is fished, for choice 2 is cut bait. %, 46, 47, 48. Here's 50% are for cutting bait. I wouldn't call it a mandate. We're about half and half.
We might get a little more out of it now that it's peaking below 41.50.
We got our overnight low just below here.
Yeah, it's playing around with it now.
So do we trim risk? I mean, it's not an invalid trade until it takes out the high of the opening range.
No, exactly. But honestly, because I'm looking for longs coming into today, I'm nervous about taking the opening range short. So for me, I would cut bait. And
Yeah, I agree.
Well, we didn't get a mandate, so
No.
this is Okay, I got out. No loss.
Yeah.
If we retest the 4150, that might be a good place to go small long
Okay,
again.
I'm going in with it. Take it or not.
No, if it follows the NASDAQ, you take it.
What's our risk?
Well,
Past the low of the overnight.
yeah, a couple ticks below the overnight low.
Okay, we are 36% participating. Get your votes in before it's too late.
Before we take it already.
All right, with just under 50% participating, we've got an 84% yes. Let's hope we get it. Okay, what was the high of the opening range? 41, 56, 75, 56, 75. So if we don't get our long down here, are we thinking that this may just grow some legs right from the opening range on the other side?
Yeah, I would say that. I don't like the entry there, but
It's not good trade location for today,
yeah,
at least not yet.
right, exactly.
Just kind of festering right here.
I didn't realize it. We made a tick. We're up already.
Hey, even better.
Shaw.
You're gonna get it.
Frederico's FOMOing. Shaw is like, yeah, 36% participate. The other 64 are trading.
Right.
That's good stuff.
The other 64% already took the trade.
All right. So while we're waiting to get filled on this, and there we are. Talking a little bit at the beginning here, we're going to start broadcasting this on YouTube as well. People that are watching on YouTube will not have the ability to vote. But I'm thinking, you know, it's wonderful that you know, people want to join, they want to talk about their trades, their ideas. I'd like to set up some sort of a schedule so that people that, you know, don't necessarily get to talk much have the opportunity. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. You know, we certainly appreciate the frequent flyers that are here. Of course, we want to make sure everybody feels as though they have the opportunity. I'm going to try and figure that out. Andre's looking more like, it looks like a short.
I just shorted the NASDAQ.
There we are. Okay, we're out.
So now, yeah, now I want to see if we can get down to 38 for the better entry long.
So our opening range trade still remains valid.
Yeah.
Mhm. Had quite a few updates due for correction.
Yeah, and you know, we all know what's going on in the world. We know we got unemployment tomorrow. It wouldn't surprise me for us to kind of fall into a little bit of range bound activity here. Zach likes the small group feel, and I do too.
NASDAQ just turned negative. It's flip flopping right around. Unchanged.
So here's the TPOs. I should have had this up here already. I'm sorry about that. So filled in the TPOs from yesterday. Single TPOs. I think we're getting a little bit of feedback from one of your mics, guys. $38.
I just muted for a second. Did it go away?
It did, yeah. For now it seems
Now it's-
fine though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, once it starts, it's a little crazy. Why again 38?
Well, for me, I have for my indicators, I have some levels there. There's a support and resistance level there. Plus, I have a probability calculator, and that's the edge, the top edge of the buy zone on the probability calculator. But it coincides with some highs that we had previous days.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Back here.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I have a big red dash there on my indicators, and like I said, it's the top edge of the buy zone on the probability
30.
calculator.
Okay. All right.
To be more specific, 38.75, but in that area.
All right. Let's vote on setting that up if we get there. Oh, here comes the opening range.
Yeah, it would have been better if we would have held on to it and taken profits a little later, but I don't know that we would have taken profits there. You know, probably would have held on to it a little longer than that.
What, the opening range trade?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, we were looking for more than that. We did not take it out, however. Right to it.
Freaking NASDAQ's a freight train. Stay out of the way if you try to get four on it.
Well, I just bought us in above the opening range here, and I'm going to time stop it. What's a time stop? If this doesn't continue to go my way right away, I'm going to be out. I don't want it to get in my pocket.
The droughts keep getting worse. Does it have something to do with climate change? We know that climate change is making
We've
droughts
taken virtually no
more
heat.
severe.
You see, I'm holding over the exit at market and cancel.
Along at 57. Where are you looking to get out if it rallies?
4,200. So we had no heat on it, and I don't want any, so I'm going to put in a stop here. Typically, this doesn't work. That's
Yeah,
why
you
I'm
stopped
not
out, then
risking a
it'll-
lot.
Right.
Pardon me?
Oh, I was just gonna say I was thinking that you were gonna say that you get stopped out and then it'll rally after that. but
And
that's not
then,
what
so
you-
yeah, that does sometimes happen. But with the amount of risk we have in this, we could get back into it. But
Right.
it's not really a breakout of any type. It's just we took out the high of the opening range. Maybe buyers are in control.
Well, I think our initial assessment of just a tight range bound day is just coming into fruition.
It's like barcoding.
Okay, no harm, no foul. So it looks
Okay.
like we've got our mandate here, 83% like the 38 level for a long. So I'm going to put it in. And I'm going to, where's our stop?
Well, the next level I have is around 32. That's a little more risk than I usually like to take. I usually don't like to do more than 5 points, although with micros, I will go 10 points.
Mm-hmm. I just
So
went 7.
yeah, okay.
So
That's
we'll see what happens. See, we got stopped out on that, and here we go.
Yep.
So if we're gonna continue this move higher, I'm gonna look to buy against low volume nodes.
so where's your first low volume node that you would take an entry on?
Well, I mean, are we really ballistic?
No.
It's gonna keep me out. There they are. We lost our VWAPs. So I started messing around. I could have got right back into that if it looked like it was going to continue, which is something I do, because I don't risk anything on it.
Yeah, you even mentioned that.
Yeah. A low volume node here. A low volume node here. Greg, I'm trying to find a way to get long on a pullback. It's very early in the session. I'm not concerned that I'm going to like miss the best trade of the day. Well, we took out the high of the opening range. We put in a low. We took out the TPOs here, rejecting there. If we're going to be if we think the market's going to continue higher, I got to try and find a way in.
Which
And I can,
I
yeah.
was just going to say, Hoag, where I at this point where I would look to go long is at the opening price, which is 55.75. So I'd look at that area for an entry long. I don't know how that lines up with the TPOs or the low volume nodes.
Well, it's better than 55.75. I mean, that's in this kind of high volume area here.
Of course, that's in the opening range, so
Right.
would expect that to be high volume.
I would look like more towards 57 and maybe put a stop back inside the opening range. I don't want to, what I don't want to do is feel pressure to get in.
No, here's your chance.
You gotta vote. You gotta vote. Do we take this?
Order rejected.
Huh?
You might want to just exit or cancel everything. Maybe there's some stop order sitting there. that
Oh,
needs to
yeah.
clear.
Yeah. %, 73, yes. It'll go just past point of control for the stop. If we get it. Trying not to, there we go. Now we may find out real quick. That's exactly where we were long when we took out the high of the opening range.
Yes, it is.
Daniel, any plans to look at other markets if ES is not moving like gold or oil? That's something we're thinking about as we continue to improve on Make Hoag money. We may start adding days, we may start adding time, we may start adding products. No, we didn't extend the time yet. We're still going to be done here about 8:20.
So you went long at 57.
Right, right. Because, you know, I think the general consensus is the market's trying to go higher, just looking for a pullback enough to support us. And unfortunately, I don't think we found it yet.
You do a 5-minute chart on the today.
5 minutes. There you go.
Okay. So a good rally up and then couldn't take it out. Failed the second time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're out now.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna go back to, I think, looking at, what was that, 38, Travis?
Correct. Yep.
38 and 31. That's quite the move. Michael Knight, seems to me like we're taking trades for the sake of taking trades, and that's what I was
That's kind of
feeling. You know, I felt like I was putting pressure on myself to try and get into something.
you're diddling in the middle. That's what you're
Yep.
doing. NASDAQ's heading south. That seems to be the leader.
NASDAQ.
Yeah, it's
How did I place an order here? Well, did we have too big of eyes getting into this day? I mean, we know we got unemployment tomorrow. Certainly seems to be digesting a range bound here for us.
So far, that's the case.
Here's your 5. Sitting here right at VWAP.
It doesn't really know which way it wants to go.
No, yeah.
When in doubt, stay out, right, John?
Yeah, right. Right. It's just hanging here.
Yeah.
We're at point of control. Volume point of control is here. TPO point of control here.
And as it goes down and touches unchanged and then bounces.
That overnight that we put in, extended trading hours. All right, JD, thank you. That overnight high we put in, that's the recent high in the overnight
Yep.
session. Markets don't like that. I think we really need to be looking for a place to get long, which we've, after the opening range, I think that's what we've been trying to do, but unsuccessfully. But I think that eventually today, with it this close, I mean, we're going to take out this visual up here. Markets, the longer time frame traders didn't get the chance to participate up here. They don't like that. No, it's a matter of finding the right way in.
Yeah, they haven't made it easy today, that's for sure.
Nope. Nope. And that's all right. We're just not seeing good spots.
No, I mean, I still like. Go ahead, Rick.
I say it hasn't really given you much of a directional, I guess,
Signal.
signal or, giving any, gut feeling, I guess. It just keeps diddling in the middle, so.
Yeah, it hasn't been a real strong trend either way.
No.
Although I still like it long from the open and from the 4150, the overnight support. But then as soon as we do that, it dips down and makes a new low.
Yep. It's like people are waiting for news or something to give them.
Is there a
Something.
number coming out in a minute here? Well,
Is there something coming out, John?
9 o'clock.
I was gonna say jobless claims is today, but that was this morning already.
Nothing. Natural gas 9:30.
Talking
Easter
feds,
speaks at 11.
talking feds at 11, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Here we're back to the opening price.
Yeah, it's like right there. You may get your opportunity to buy that thing.
Might.
Yeah.
All right. Pens
answer?
down.
John, okay, now you gotta give us the answer.
Right.
We know the question.
I'm sorry, this is not trading with Trebek.
The answer is what's watching paint dry?
Oh, Trebek.
And Daniel says, I'll take a long for 500.
Double Jeopardy. Bam.
And it's double jeopardy. Yeah, that's what it feels like here, right? We're just kind of sitting here wondering what the answer is.
I'm gonna get my pillow out. Wake me up when something happens. It's just
Right? Yeah. Hurry up and wait.
yeah.
Yeah, here we are.
Come on, John, make something happen.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
To tell the
trying.
market makers to do something.
I'm trying. I'm outside the car pushing here.
Well, it did just come down and test the open price area, and it's holding above that. So that's still
Yeah, and
bodes
it's
well for the market.
point of control is right there. What about oil? We're gonna have to start thinking about other products, huh? There we go.
Yeah.
Fucking Nasdaq's coming back.
Here it is. Let's see if we can take out the high. Yep, that's what we're seeing here, right? Crickets. I want something to happen.
Yeah, I agree, Andrea. Buyers are there. They're just not in full force. That's for sure.
What's our delta in the S&Ps? This should be on here. All right, so we've got negative delta against the high here.
No, I just made a new high on during the
You
session
got
opening.
Poor high.
Right.
Yay.
Quickly rejected it though.
What's that?
I said it quickly rejected it though.
Yeah.
I think there's more strength in it this time though.
It's not bringing many sellers in.
As you said that.
Of course.
Right. You say something, the market's
Yeah.
gonna make a liar out of you.
It's frequently happens to us all, I think.
Okay, so do we want to try another long here at the opening price right here, right around volume point of control? If we think buyers are here.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm leaning the other way.
You like
Yeah.
shorts, huh?
Yeah, the fact that it didn't follow through and it got up there and it failed. I'd probably
You
look
got VWAP at 56.75.
I mean, you're not risking much to take a short and put a stop above that 41.64 area.
Well, at 40% participation, we've got 80% liking this idea. Let's try 56. Where's our stop?
I'll see if it dips down, then it might test the 50 level again or just below it, and that's a lot of risk. So
So do we want to keep this cheap?
I would.
Yeah, I mean, I'd keep a short stop.
Maybe
Close
4
by.
points.
Right now, we've got two points of risk in it because the TPO point of control is right between our entry and our stop. The signal is we're seeing price kind of holding up above in the upper half of the profile today. We can't see it, but well, now we've got delta, which is now positive about 1,000, which means 1,000 more contracts have traded on the offer than on the bid. I was looking for a little bit of a divergence in that, which we're not seeing.
So if you get
But it's-
stopped out, would you think you'd flip the other way?
Well, see, now we're negative delta again. And we're holding above the halfway mark here in the profile. So that can be a gentle indication of longer, stronger buyers just placing bids and getting and then letting the
Think you're-
short time frame traders hit them.
I think you're gonna get your long coming in here.
You got within a tick.
Yeah. Gonna come down and kiss you.
Yep. Apparently I'm a frog.
Saw your order and scared it away.
I took a shower.
Yeah. Well,
All right. Well, we're in. We have very little risk on this. All right. We got a caper going on here.
Oh, that's the good version.
I'm gonna get in trouble for doing this.
Yeah, you can only play it 10 seconds at a time.
Is that
Of course, this
true?
Yeah, you can get away legally with playing a 10-second clip of something without it breaking any licensing
Interesting. I did not know that.
violations.
All right.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I can use that.
There you go.
We won't turn you in, John.
No, I was just gonna say this isn't a well, when we
Yeah.
do it on YouTube, then you could get in trouble for sure. but
Right.
This
Right.
isn't a public session, so
I've done it a few times, but I just want to be careful. I don't get knocked, get pinched.
yeah, have the FBI knocking on your door tomorrow.
Yeah. So what's our thought for this? Everybody that has an idea of a potential profit target for this, put it in chat. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts?
I not much on the. I mean, not much of a gain on it because that those poor highs that we were making around 60, 62. That would be my first target, but that's not much of a trade. So
Right.
No,
Right.
it's dropping.
Hey, it sounds like you're wishing it does. Yeah, there it is.
I am long the SQs, which is
Well, we didn't do very well today, but that's all right. We're down $440 in the account. But today so far,
it's a tough read.
yeah.
It really is.
yeah, it is.
Well, if nothing else, good learning lessons for today.
Yes, let's give ourselves a golf clap.
I hear the feds at your door, Brandon or John.
What's that?
I hear the feds knocking at your door.
How did you know that?
I heard them. Don't let them in.
No, they're gonna have to break a window.
Glacy will get them.
See, look at that. We just get stopped out and then it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
We're just too tight. We just need to be a little bit less risk averse so we can lose more.
That's right.
Well, I don't think we're going to find anything else here. So let's call this a session. Thank you for attending. Thanks for your participation. Thanks for voting. Thanks for being here with me. I love my futures family. We'll have much better luck on another day.
Thanks for the hosting, John.
My pleasure. My pleasure. So we'll see you tomorrow morning for the forecast, and Monday back to group coaching, and Tuesday we'll see how it goes on YouTube.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep.
Make
Trade
it
well,
good,
everyone.
everyone.
Have a good trading day, everybody.